November 16th, it's 12, 12 something, 1 something. I don't know. Yesterday, I did a video and kind of distracted by the energy that I can see because this isn't a crisp line, it's a fuzzy line, which means I'm looking at energy. The same here. It's kind of fuzzy, definitely fuzzy there. But, so anyway, I'd stepped out of my bedroom and I was just outside my door. And I was either just getting done closing my door or in the process of, but I wasn't creating like there wasn't a big oof or wind or any commotion going on. It was just me standing out there because I had just cleaned my ears and was looking to throw away my Q-tip when the door that goes, which is right next door to mine, like literally right next door to mine, leading downstairs, shut. It went from being wide open where anybody could just walk in and go head downstairs, went from being wide open to being shut. So that was only that much. And it did it in a slow manner, right? And like I said yesterday, I wasn't scared. That shit doesn't scare me. And my first instinct was to take it as, what if there was some evil because it went downstairs, right? And that's where Conan sleeps. That's where his room is, down in the dungeon, he likes to call it, and stuff. And if you think of everything that we've been taught about good and evil, then that kind of makes sense. So anyway, but today, as I'm listening to this gal Bree 808 talk on Facebook, she's doing a reading. It came to me to look at it in a different light. What if it wasn't evil going away from me, but it was more of, I just saw it, 303. It was more a sign telling me that part of my life is over. That door is closing. Closed. A body can't walk through that much, right? My body's bigger than that, and I couldn't, but it was wide open, and I could have walked downstairs, whatever, but for whatever reason, the door shut, and it shut slowly. Sometimes you can, like, move one door with another door by shutting it forcefully, and the vacuum or the air current or whatever will cause the other one to move. None of that was going on, so it wasn't that yesterday. And then the placement of my body, it would have blocked any kind of oomph, any kind of, my arm is just really lit up today now. But while I was listening to her, it came to me, what if that was a sign to let me know that part of my life is over. That part of my life is shut. That part of my life is done. I'm over that. Right? I love it. 444. I love it. And so that got me, when I had that epiphany, and here I am making a video about it, 456. Oh, taking my steps. Yep. Yeah, that's good times. Yeah. Mm. So, I don't know. Has some truth there. Also, the other thing I did yesterday and then did again today is I smelled money. I smelled it. I sniffed it and smelled it. And that was a new kind of thing, 5:45. That was a new thing for me. I've never done that with money. And I remember seeing that Kevin O'Leary guy talk about money and how it has a scent. And it does. It kind of smelled sweet. It kind of smelled like those blue cornflowers. It also kind of smelled like aspen trees, cedar trees. It smelled like trees. It had a sweet smell to it. It was kind of nice. And as I held it in my hand and scanned it and held it between both my hands, it just was intertangling or getting to know it and um, exchanging energies with money. I could realize, I realized that money is consciousness, has its own consciousness, it has its own energy and stuff, and it doesn't want to be associated with dark money or bad things anymore. It doesn't want to be used for darkness. It wants to be proudly spent and generously spent and shared and used for good. It wants to find its way into the hands of others who will use it for good, use it for growth, use it for healing, use it for blessing, use the money for positive ways, use it for God's whatever, which is my whatever, which is your whatever, right? Whatever it is that's good, whatever it is that brings out our light, whatever it is that makes us smile, whatever it is that fills us up, whatever it is that makes us feel good. And I know for me, being generous with um, with my friends and family makes me feel good. I know that being generous with strangers makes me feel good. I um, I enjoy being generous quietly, anonymously. That makes me also feel good. Um, One of the other things I've been thinking about is, what would I do if I had like a shit ton of money? What would I do if I had a say in school lunches and stuff? What would I do if I had a say in feeding people? Because my love language is food, is reaching people through their tummies and stuff. And I realized that technically we're supposed to be eating prana. You can see all this energy around me. That we should be, just inhaling and everything. But they got us on the eating, and a lot of people are there. And I've decided that, in my world of play, that there's no one way to be God. There's no one way to be holy. There's no one way to be awakened. It's however it resonates with the individual, with you, with your soul, with my soul, what brings me joy, what brings you joy, what brings everybody joy. It's all going to be different and stuff. Some people like to be vegan, some people like keto, some people like carnivore, some people like, you know, vegetarian, some people like fruitarian, and some people um, are breatharians. And I'm sure there's more other ways of living. But one of the things that I noticed that I picked up on is I would like to have real lunches served here in the States for our children attending school, and nobody should have to pay for those. They should just be provided. It should just be provided, not just to the students, but all staff members that are there at the school. Actually, yeah, if you're at the school, you should be fed, especially if it's lunchtime. Because, you might be a parent dropping off something to your child, or, you know how children like to spend time with their parents, and they feel like they're super numero uno when their parents come and have lunch with them. 1101, that was awesome. So if we were to do that and feed parents, then we would have more interaction, more activity with parents and their children's in school and stuff for those that go to school. But definitely they should have a good, healthy lunch, not made up of preservatives, but of real food, real vegetables, of real soups, of real, healthy alternatives. And I like the Korean, the way they feed their children, or Japanese or the Asian, the way other parts of the world feed their children better. And I know people in India feed tens of thousands of people. They're not even feeding just their children, they're just feeding everybody. And I like that too. But I was thinking about that here, and I really like the cleanliness of how the how the Chinese or the Koreans do it, where they're all provided, the boots, the clothing and whatnot. And it's done by people who probably have made cooking their love language as well. And so their thoughts, and putting out the best meal, putting out the best product, putting in love and everything, that speaks to me. That really speaks to me. And I would like that to be something that happens in our lunches here. So we should have lunches set up um, all over, big kitchens set up to learn how to turn out these kind of meals and feed and deliver. Now I know we're gonna have the ease of delivering is gonna be easy. I mean, we have drones, we have different ways. We'll have faster ways of delivering food, keeping it hot, keeping it fresh, and getting it to the children. So even if we only had like 50 super kitchens, right? Or 56, because we've gained some states, right? So if we had super kitchens that, so it's kind of like churning meals out that would feed, like all the flyers, like there are places that cook and support and feed, 10,000, 100,000 meals a day. Um, So it can be done. It totally can be done. It just needs to be created and done. And I would invest in that. Either invest money to see it happen, invest in um, the money to learn how to make it happen, So going over and witnessing for myself how those kitchens are run, how we can bring that here, how we can do that here. Um, yeah, or we don't have to like reinvent the wheel. I mean, there are places here in the States where they cook for mass amounts and stuff. So, but I do like everything's kept clean, and the food is i- yeah, kept healthy and um unmolested and um high vibrational and stuff. I do like that idea. 1551. So yeah, we should bring that here. I would love to talk this over with like Robert F. Kennedy, you know, to is he a junior? To get these super kitchens set up so that they could, you know, the state of Alaska is 1/5 the size of the United States, so we might require like 2 or 3 super kitchens, right? Super kitchens. And I think other states might require like 2 or 3. Some states are so small that you could have one super kitchen that would feed several states. All the Well, you probably still need, especially over on the East Coast, because that's where a lot of people are. I think they're heavy-handed over there. Not heavy-handed like in food giving, but like there's a lot of heavy, dense population. So anyway, just thinks that would be awesome. Just creating ideas how to feed. And it's not just feeding our children, also we could also be feeding homeless. We should just be feeding, like in India, they just churn out meals and feed everybody. Whoever shows up hungry can eat, right? 1755. Wow, that was cool. So, um, yeah. Anyway, it was kind of cool because today I really felt like I had healed my relationship with money. I did, 1818. I really did. I really felt that I understood and got the message from money that it was tired of being used for bad. It was tired of being used for dark. It wants to be used in the light, for growth, for benefit, for raising up humanity, for paying for generosity, for paying for um, things that make us feel good, for paying for health, for paying for, you know, um, everything that is good and should be done in the light and not in the dark. That's how money wants to be spent. That's how money wants to be spent by you, right? Money wants to be spent by enlightened people. Money wants to work, not just go to, not just be in our resonance, but go through us and out into the community and create a toroidal circle with us. The energy of money wants to be in our constant circle, in our constant spiral, that like the 8 loop, like that, always coming around, out, and coming back, out, and coming back, out, and coming back, and doing it in the light, in the love, in all things good, And money wants to be revered like any other energy instead of scorned. It wants to live in honor. And the way it lives in honor is by living through us, by coming to us that are awakened, by coming to us that are open and generous and want to use it to buy, pay for med beds, pay for um, pay for bells to be made. That's another one of my things that I would love. Pay for bells to be made and put up everywhere, like a foundry that would make bells and ship them out and pay and have them everywhere, or just pay to have them brought here and put up different kinds of bells with different tones and different frequencies, healing tones, and then also pay for somebody to ding the bells, to ring the bells, to activate the bells, to activate the resonance. We could do it, of course, we could do it, automatively. And in some places, we might, you know, especially if there's somewhere that they're not, um, not a whole lot of humans are living or a lot of people are living. But if we could have somebody that gets paid to dong a bell, wow, right? All that, all that. And that brings them joy. That's going to heal their body. Their resonance will be also go into that bell and go out into the ethers and bless us all that way too. Ugh, I mean, it's just a never-ending loop of goodness. I mean, when you think about it. But anyway, smell money, sniff it. Get to know money. Get to know your money. Be appreciative of it. Thank it. And just know that soon each of us are going to be holding the rainbow money. And I noticed that the rainbow money had a different texture, it was like almost like a piece of plastic, kind of. But I don't know that it's plastic because I haven't held it, so I haven't touched it. I wouldn't know, but there's a different texture to it and everything, and so it's gonna have a different feel out, when it goes out and about. And that money also, because it has a sturdier texture, it won't get worn down, it won't get used up, it won't get, it'll be around for a long time. Like, how many times can a dollar be spent, go through different hands and whatnot, and be spent in the world in different ways that it's spent? Whereas if you have money that's a bit firmer, that's a bit, maybe mixed with a little bit of plastics, or maybe it's not plastics, maybe it's something else, but not a plastic, but it's a bit firmer, and so it'll last longer, it'll hold up, and so it'll pass through many hands and exchanges and everything. It'll have a much longer life, and each of those dollars will um, meet and greet and bless and circulate amongst people, and circulate the world and circulate the realm. How amazing. Money wants to do that. Money wants to do that, and it needs our help in doing it. So 2424, we need to heal our our energy with money and take it from uh, the place where we've been programmed to think of as it's not for us. It totally is for us. Money is for, if it's for anybody, it's for us. If anybody's supposed to hold money and spend money and circulate money, it is us. That's who it's supposed to do, us. Because we do it with love, we do it with intention, we do it with goodness, we do it with the God blueprint. We do it with consciousness attached to it. It is consciousness. We we do it honorably, and we want to honor the money, and in honoring the money will honor us and honor how we spend it and how we share it and how we experience it. And then because of that, it will attract back to us more money to come to us so that we could do it again, but do it bigger and bigger and bigger until everybody only knows wealth. Everybody only knows prosperity. Everybody only knows abundance. Everybody only knows that it's unlimited, that it's there. It comes when it called. It knows its name. It knows it's attracted to us, and it wants to move to and through us. How amazing is that, to have that realization, to have this conversation, and to know that I'm speaking on behalf of money. I'm speaking on behalf of myself, and I'm speaking on behalf of money. And not only that, I have gotten in alignment with money so that we each can learn, not just from me, learn from money. And you can have your own experience with money and heal your wounds with money, and heal your bumps with money, and heal your scrapes with money, and heal any misunderstandings that you've had with money, and heal all those. And no, we're not trying to worship money, because we don't worship anything. If there's anybody to worship, we worship ourselves, because we are gods. We worship ourselves and our own energies. If you're going to worship anything, you worship your whole being, and the connection that you have with the Creator. That's what you worship. That's what you celebrate. That's what you want to put on Most High. That's what you do. Money is just a friend, is just a friend, is just a colleague, an equal standing colleague to all of us. It's not bigger or less than us. Money is an equal standing, on equal footing with us. It wants to work with us and through us and for us and around us. It wants to be used in the most upstanding, loving, giving, nourishing, growing, high vibrational, high mystical, highest way ever. And the only way it can do that is to be spent by God, to be appreciated by God. And who is God? I'm God, you're God, we're each God. We call in this money, and then we, can you see this right here? There's a scoop of something right here. We call in this money, we call it to us, it shows up, and we give it gratitude, and we say, thank you for showing up, and this is how I'd like to spend you. I would like to exchange my energy this way, because really money is just energy coming to us in another format, right? And then we figure out how we want to spend it, how we want to exchange that energy and everything. It's kind of like going down a really cool slip and slide. Money wants to show up and like slip through us. Wee, where am I gonna go? Wee, you can see that density right there, right here. I love it. So, I'm tingling. I feel so good about this. I feel a bit intoxicated, It's like I haven't done anything today. You know, when you fall in love, well, I don't fall anymore. When you rise in love and you go through that intoxication, I kind of feel that way. It's not that I've put money on a pedestal, but I'm intoxicated, not necessarily with money per se, with the whole idea of being intoxicated with my life, with my God self. 3038. I'm intoxicated with with myself. You know, like when you fall in love back in the day in the old earth, we were taught to fall in love, which you're falling in density and stuff. I don't fall in love. I rise in love. But the same thing is still happening. I'm still feeling that intoxicated feeling, you know, that where you kind of feel lost and everything. My hand is kind of shaking like yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm on to it. I'm on to it. And so um because of that, and I know it, I can feel it. I can I spent time looking at things that bring me joy. I spent time premonitioning from living from the end. I spent time, you know, even now just thinking about going and learning about these different places. Maybe I don't actually have to go. Maybe the fact that I'm putting it out there is good enough. It will be manifested that way. Somebody who has more of a, whoo, that's a great idea, will run with the words that have come out of my mouth. And money's going to go find them and stuff. But I love this idea. I've been kicking it around for a few and everything. I do love the way the people, the kitchens in India, not so hip on the way how they keep them. I mean, because let's be honest, kitchens are kind of dirty, they're kind of outside and stuff, and that I don't know if it's because that's the way I was taught or I brought up that way or whatever, but you know, I do appreciate and love the fact that they feed a lot of people. And you know, beggars can't be choosy and stuff, but when it comes to feeding our children and the general public, I would like it to be up higher, you know, where good things are happening, you know, and stuff like that. But I do love that the people, what I have seen is with regards to, you know, India or Hindi or, and I don't know all the things. To me, India is all one big, but I know that there's different dialects, different cultures within, and I appreciate. And please don't be mad at me because I may not 33, 44. I may not know exactly, and that's only because wasn't ever taught. Um, and we're all coming out of this survival mode. So give grace to everybody. Give grace because since we're all coming out of the survival mode, we all didn't always have all the answers or maybe learn all that we should have learned about the world around us because we were kept in survival mode, right? So when you think about it like that, that's when you give grace and whatnot. And I'm not trying to put anybody down because, like I said, if you listen to the words and feel what's coming out of me, I love and appreciate that the what I've witnessed in my videos that I've seen is that the people of India feed tens of hundreds of thousands of people daily, daily, just feed. Don't ask for money, just feed. Somewhere all that food is showing up, getting chopped up, and it's working like a well-oiled drum and just churning out a bunch of food and everything. And people may not have a whole lot, but at least they're not going hungry, right? At least their tummies are full. At least they're getting nourishment, right? And people are loving them that way. And I think that's beautiful. Yeah, I do. So, anyway, just some thoughts. Just some thoughts. So, yeah, get your money. There's a guy on YouTube, um, Unbelievable You, Unlimited You. I think that's what it is. He's an older gentleman, got white hair. He combs his hair to the back. He is new to this. Not like new, like yesterday new, like he's been doing it for a year, but still relatively new. I think he's going to start picking up a whole lot more, action, a whole lot more. People will see him and will wait. He's helping to wake up, and I think that's awesome. Unlimited You, yeah, that's what he had a video about caressing and stroking and smelling and talking to money. I don't remember if he said smell, but it definitely have an energetic connection to money. He was supporting that, and I kind of just tried it, and yeah, it feels good. Feels much better, and yeah, yeah, I think it's awesome. So. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I love you, Michi. I love you, love you, love you. I love you, love you, love you. We are changing the world. We are changing it right now, right now, right now, right now. We're changing the world right now, right now. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Everything I've put out is happening. There will be a time very shortly, where we are going to be setting up kitchens, super kitchens, to feed our children for lunches, breakfast and lunch, dinner if need be, right? I mean, there isn't any reason why we couldn't have those kitchens going, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And, yeah, to feed everybody. And not only that, we'll have, good food, bok choy, like greens, and good food that's grown, in good soil and good light, and no herbs, no herbicides, no pesticides, good healthy foods, good healthy meats, good healthy everything. Yeah, take all the poisons out and serve everything good and healthy. I like that. I like that a lot. Love you, love you, love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.